You mentioned training over the winter there. What does the periodization of a Hyrox program look like? Because in sort of an endurance sport point of view, it would be volume during the winter, and then as the year progressed on, the volume would decrease and the intensity would increase. Is that a similar thing with Hyrox, or was it a
Yeah.
bit?
Everyone's different. All the elites train differently. I think what I'm seeing, like, I don't think everyone shares exactly what they're doing to a T, but like, yeah, I know certain people do a massive sort of long base building, off season to sort of early season, and then they'll switch it up. But yeah, so basically, I don't really. I probably will increase the mileage a bit on like the bike and the runs and stuff in the off season and just have a bit of fun. But yeah, like my strength training stays pretty similar. I still train heavy throughout, in sort of rep ranges between 3, and 1. I won't do as much speed work for sure. Like at the minute, I'm doing a lot of speed work on the track. That'll drop off probably. Like maybe once a week, once a fortnight. I'm doing it twice a week at the minute. So yeah, basically, people do it differently. But for me, my strength program, in season I drop to 2 strength sessions a week. Out of season, I'll be doing 3 to 4 sessions a week basically. So I'll try and get as strong as I can and just try and hold on to some of that. And then as the season goes on, I'll tend to drop some body weight, increase the sort of speed and intensity in my workouts as the season goes on. Yeah.
That's interesting. So your rep ranges there are quite low. Is that focusing on explosivity or pure strength, or what's the
Pure,
thing?
just absolute strength. So yeah, I do a lot of box squatting and bench press. So they're my 2 main lifts I always keep in. I always want to sort of keep my top end strength there. I don't ever want that to drop off as much. So I'll stay strong all year round. I just think it helps with injury prevention as well. So I'll lift heavy throughout the whole year really. Basically with Hyrox training, I'll drop the amount. I'll go from 3 or 4 gym session, like strength sessions, to just 2 in the season, and I'll do more sort of conditioning as I get through the season, basically.
So with those strength sessions and then also a lot of the running and say Hyrox specific workouts, that's a lot of baths of lactic acid. How are you able to sort of periodize them to sort of get some recovery in, but also really push the upper limit of what you can do training wise?
Yeah, so I've had probably the worst season I've had in Hyrox. I've been injured so much, and I'm surprised I've managed to qualify for the Worlds with sort of the injuries I've had. Having these injuries has sort of really made me dial in on my recovery and like just I can't just batter my body anymore. Like I'm 38, so I need to really, like I'm very cautious on adding too much too soon because I've done that. So I have to increase everything gradually. So if I wanted to increase my long run each week or my sort of my long bike ride I do, I'll just increase it by like 5 minutes a week because I've stupidly done stuff and it's absolutely battered me. I get a weekly sports massage now, which I never used to. That's religious. I think that's one of, after sleep, I think a deep tissue massage is the second best recovery tool by far. When I first went to see us, you basically went, your legs are. Because I wasn't getting enough massages. So I've incorporated that. And I'm also Epsom bath salts. That's a big one that probably people don't do. You should really consider that once or twice a week. And hot and cold too. So I'll quite often, I'll do the cold away from my strength training, but yeah, I'll do like 4 or 5 minutes in my ice tub, and then I'll go down and do like half an hour in the sauna downstairs. So yeah, that's my recovery sort of tools that I use, and the massage gun. I'm probably using that daily because my legs are always jacked up.
Epsom bath salt's interesting. What's the theory behind that one?
My coach recommended it to me. He said he sent me an article on them. Basically, Ben Johnson, the sprinter that got done for his coach. Who was his coach called? Legendary sprinting coach. Anyway, forgot his name. Yeah, he wrote a protocol for him. My coach sent it me and said, look, these are some of the recovery techniques. And so, yeah, basically he said use Epsom bath salts twice a week. So, yeah, that's what I do. I didn't really look into it too much. I know it's meant to help relieve muscles and aches and things, and I do really think it does help, actually. So I pretty much try and do everything to help me speed my recovery up quicker because, yeah, the more sessions I can get in, as you know, the better you can get.
Yeah. What the hot cold thing is quite popular now. With everyone seems to be doing ice baths, then sauna.
Yeah.
But you then say you rank a deep tissue massage above that in terms of recovery.
Yeah, I do.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I always do, and like I always start on cold and finish on the hot, to get the blood flow. But deep tissue for me, maybe because my legs were so bad, because I haven't been having them for years, but like the benefit I've had over the last couple of months by seeing this girl called Kaylee. She lives in Doha. She's amazing. And I'm literally screaming the whole session. Like I'm not. It's one of the most painful things I ever have. But like the next day, I feel horrible and jacked. Like if you can see my legs now, you see, she's had the suction cups on. The next day, I'm feeling horrible, but then give it one more day after that, and they're perfect. And yeah, I just think it's one of the best recovery methods for sure.
Interesting. So we're 9 weeks out, odd 9 weeks out from Worlds.
Yeah.
What's the training protocol looking at the moment? What's the weekly volume, weekly sessions?
I'm probably up between 16 to 20 hour weeks. I'm currently doing 2 strength, 2 track, hard tracks, 1 long run, 1 long ride, a couple more zone 2 mixed stuff thrown in, a simulation ish types workout once a week. What else is there? Yeah, that's about it. On my 2 high days a week, I'm training for probably 5 hours a day, I reckon. And the other days,
split sessions, is it?
yeah, that's a combination of the track and strength and conditioning, basically spread over between 2 or 3 sessions. And then the that's what pushes the needle them days. Like the stuff in between is just zone 2 recovery stuff. You know, they're the 2 days that really will get my fitness higher. So I concentrate on them 2 days. The other days are just sort of fluff, really, just zone 2, stuff like that, really.
With your long bike ride, what's the thinking behind that? Is that more to get the aerobic gains without the impact?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I find that I'm a heavier athlete. If I start doing like a 15 to 20 kilometer run each week on top of this, I just get injured. I don't know. My body doesn't like to run for that long, so it's a way of getting a load of zone 2 in for me without the mileage on the joints. So yeah, I just keep my revs RPM high, and I do it on the bike erg, and I'm churning out nearly probably 300 watts in zone 2 for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. So it's great leg endurance, and yeah, that's what I do.
Interesting. No, that's super good. I know certainly from the ultra running community, a lot of people have started taking on to bike rides because you can get that aerobic capacity work in without the impact of your legs just constantly smashing against the pavement.
Yeah, that's what I try and avoid, like I say, because I've been injured a lot this season, and I'm just trying to avoid that mileage because I'm putting in such high volume weeks when I can. I'm just trying to reduce the risks.
How much of Hyrox is a head game? Because certainly in the world of fighting, there's a lot of trash talk. You don't really get that in rugby or football or whatever. Then you have characters like Hunter, who's very much, I'm here to win, I'm the big guy. How do you stop that getting into your head per se? Or are you able just to kind of block it out and just get on with what you want to do and what your aims are?
Yeah, like I've had some issues mentally in this sport for sure. Like I've quit so many races, it's like ridiculous. I've quit races when I was winning. Stupidest things I've done. Yeah, like I've walked away from big paychecks as well when I should have just carried on and I'd have earned a load of money. So this probably you're probably asking the wrong person here. You're definitely on the wrong person here. But yeah, I've suffered mentally in certain races and the pressure building up to races. But like this is my third season now, and I think the more you do it, the better you get. And like I think I've exposed myself now to so much of the pressure and stress that I'm just used to it now. So like I just turn up to races now. Obviously you get the nerves, but I just have so much confidence now because I know the training I've done and all you can do is your best. So sort of yeah, but it can definitely be a head game for some people. Yeah.
So what's